Welcome back, guys, to another beautiful winter's day in Melbourne, Australia. Yep, this is the heart of winter. This is smack center winter in Australia, and we are located in one of the coldest parts of the country. Actually, the coldest main city, which is Melbourne, right? So Tasmania is colder, Canberra is colder, but they're not as large. There's far less people there. So today we're gonna be sampling this bad boy. Isn't she pretty? Isn't he handsome? Whichever way you wanna swing, guys, male or female. Yeah, I would say that's a male, more on the male side, going by the name. Tangelo reminds me of Angelo, right? All right, so wow, what a choice we have. Where do we begin? Well, usually with anything that's on the soft side, softer. I don't think there's going to be anything soft because if this is early in the season, these, just like the blood orange, are ready at the end of winter. I mean, when I say ready, ideal. They're ideal at the end of winter. But that doesn't mean you can't pick early, guys. Citrus is very forgiving. I mean, even these here, this is Valencia orange. These are far from ready. They're far from ready. But people still eat them at this stage when they're still a little green, right? Not a little green, a lot of green. It's hard to see on the camera, but trust me, these are not ready, but you can still eat them. They're just going to be tart. They're going to be tart. So ideally, the Valencia is ready between mid-spring and early summer. So October to December is when we play with this. But you can still have one now in the middle of winter. It just won't be ideal. In other words, it won't be as sweet. Ideal means sweet. So I've already found the one I'm gonna pick already just by touching the first one, because I could see with my eyes that it was more red. It's got like the blood orange, it's got a red tinge of orange, unlike the one behind it. Well, the camera is not doing it justice, trust me. This one here is red, well, you can see now, right? And that one back there is orange. Hang on. Can you see the difference? Yeah. Anyway, so let's start with this one here. Hang on, let me zoom out. That's it. Oh yeah. So we have fruit fly. I don't know which one exactly. I'm guessing it's the island fruit fly, the one that loves the citrus. We don't have the Mediterranean or the Queensland fruit fly, but we have the island. And he's wreaked havoc on my citrus and on my peppers and a few other things like the jujubes. Wow, total annihilation of the jujubes, this damn island fly. So the one that copped it the most was the jujube and the peppers, and lastly the citrus. So, but that's not a problem now. It's too cold for them. So as the weather gets warmer and warmer with climate change, the fruit fly is present a lot longer in Victoria. All right, let's try this. Now I'm trying to remember which variety this is. There's a Mineola, and what's the other one? Oh man, I got a brain fart. Hang on. Okay, Seminole is the other variety. So I've got the Mineola, and I think the Seminole is more sweet from memory. I could be wrong, but this is the one we have, guys. We've got the Mineola, and I've had it for 15 plus years. So we're not going to be making any changes soon because we don't have enough room for every variety of every of every fruit tree, right? It'd be nice to have 1 million fruit trees, but this is the one that we have now. So let's get started with the taste test. Yeah, see how it has a distinct shape at the top here? up there. See that? Very interesting. It's almost like the Suriname cherry, how it's got these ridges at the top here. I'm talking, right? Interesting, huh? All right, let's go. Wow, such a beautiful day in the neighborhood in July, which is January, guys. This is the middle of January for our friends in Europe and North America. All right, guys, I picked up a white sapoti from the front too. Yeah, the Vernon. All right, so now there's one thing I don't like about the Tangelo. I'm not sure if it's the same with the Seminole, but with the Mineola, they're not the easiest to peel. It all depends on the ripeness, the ripeness stage. I find when they're really ripe, like beyond being edible, they peel easily, but by then the fruit is totally dry and not very nice. But when they're ideal, they stick. Yeah, they stick. The peel sticks and it's nasty. Oh, okay. This is an exception to the case. That's not normal. That came off so easily. See what I mean? Okay, this one is not... but I've got to hold the segments, otherwise they'll come off with the skin. Watch. See that? See how the segment came off from where it was? So it's the only downside. Not really a downside, but just something I noticed that I don't like. And when you get down to the bottom, it starts to drip because of the squeezing, trying to hold the segments together so they don't open. That holding causes the juice to squeeze out. Yeah, I mean, this happens with all citrus, but I just noticed that with the Tangelo, it's more prevalent. Okay, we're almost there. You got to be very careful right at the end here. All right, we did it. Wow, only one crack. That side there cracked. See that? Yeah, that crack there. All right, let's try this now. I can smell it. There's nothing beats the smell of citrus in winter, right? Sure, in summer you got other beautiful smelling fruit, but citrus is in the top 3. Of course, mango, but you don't get mango now. Mango now is a distant memory, unless you you know, have got a heated greenhouse. All right, guys, let's see. Interesting. Much less tart than the lemonade. By the way, we did a lemonade and blood orange test here recently. Go and check out the videos. So, but the sweetness is low on this. Interesting. Not sweet at all. But it's still nice, guys. Citrus is really cool because unlike most other fruits, like I said at the beginning of the video, you can eat them at different stages. Early, ideal, and well, I wouldn't recommend late because they're usually rotting or dry. Yeah. So, down the hatch, yummy. No seed. Not one seed. Which is welcome, right? A welcome change from the blood orange, which has 6 seeds, and the lemonade, which didn't have any seeds, which is unusual. Okay, so the level of tartness on that was 5 to 6. Let's say 6. About the same as lemonade. Maybe more. Maybe one notch higher than lemonade in tartness. Interesting, huh? But the sweetness was only a 4. Actually, it was closer to a 3. So the lemonade is sweeter than the Tangelo at this early stage, right? This lemonade is at its ideal stage. The Tangelo was not at its ideal stage. Not. The ideal stage for the Tangelo is late August / September. Even October. We've even had these in October and November. Yeah, they hang on till the end of spring. All right, let's have this lemonade again to compare the flavor with the Tangelo. Sweeter by 1 mark. And 1 mark less tart. But so good. And why not have the blood orange too? Why not, guys? Why not? Oh, what fun it is to have your own fruit garden. When we were traveling in the tropics, every time we're there, I feel like a beggar. You know, the people that are begging on the street for 20 cents? That's how I feel when I go to Cairns, anywhere we go, even Darwin, where it should be, there should be fruit growing wild. It's so, what's the word? The tropics is such a perfect place for fruit to just grow on its own without any caretaker. And yet, guys, you've got to go to the market. Forget about supermarkets. Supermarkets there are just like here, lousy. 0 out of 10. Terrible. But the fresh markets, like Rusty's, right? Great market. Probably the best market in the country. But so expensive. And the fruit is, well, if you go on Friday, it's fresh, sure. But if you go on Sunday, it's all the leftovers. Throwaways, almost. Leftovers, yeah. And the prices are extremely high. Like, what I just ate here would have cost me $10. $10 for 3 pieces of fruit. Yeah, all right. This is the winner. The blood orange wins out of the 3. Because it's less tart than the lemonade and less tart than the Tangelo. Sweetness level, same as the lemonade, around the same. And 1 or 2 notches higher than the Tangelo. Wow, more juiced up.